Hey guys, Uncle Chunt here. I just watched the Sony E3 press conference and I just came straight into this room to be like, what the fuck? This is just going to be straight upload to YouTube. I'm not going to do any like intro or any green screen stuff because I couldn't be bothered, because Sony obviously couldn't be bothered either. My God, what an absolute disconnected, carefree, lackadaisy conference. I don't understand their thinking behind that. I mean, Ubisoft, I watched that as well. I mean, they nailed what they do. They could just do without any of the dancing and music shit. That went on way too long. But Sony's E3 2018 conference was... I don't know, I felt it insulting. There was no direct messaging. Like, when you compare to Xbox's press conferences, ever since Phil Spencer came on the scene, there's been like direct messaging to the fans, to the people, good like stage presence with the people that are developing these games, talking directly with us. And just the presence overall, their stage, it's polished, well put together, the effort is there. And I've just noticed in the last few years, Sony just seems, from an optics perspective, for me, just don't seem to give a shit. Like, they're just like, yeah, we don't need to try. You know, we've got the most consoles out there at the moment. We don't need to care, whatevs. I think that's just the wrong approach. They should be doubling down. They should be putting their best foot forward every time. Not, okay, let's watch a trailer in this room, and we're gonna have just the one trailer, and we're gonna have an intermission, watch these four knobs talk on a desk for 10-15 minutes, as everybody piles into this other room to watch the rest of it, and there's no one talking to them, there's no one giving presentation, it's just one long screen, and just sit there and watch a handful of trailers and bye. I don't get it. I don't get it. I've been saying since the PS4 launched and its meteoric rise, I don't understand it. I just don't. I mean, yeah, they've got IPs coming out their ass, but as far as like their services, the hype, like getting the hype built, giving us the environment to experience the console and the services, you know, I can't find the words. I'm just really frustrated, not only because maybe it's because I just don't get it. Maybe because I just don't see it. Like, I watched all the E3 every year, and even this year I'm like, I don't find myself interested in what Sony's offering. And that confuses me as to like, why are they so huge? Like, there's God of War, Spider-Man, and that new samurai game. I can't remember what it's called, from Sucker Punch. And that's it, really. And even the year before that, I was like, meh. You know, I just don't understand the hype behind all their IP. Horizon Zero Dawn, whatever it is, that's the other one that I was like, damn, that looks good. But otherwise, yeah, like, I don't know. Can you explain it to me? Am I missing something? They're just not hitting with me. I mean, that's fine. I mean, that's why the option is there for multiple consoles, multiple walks of life, multiple interests. You know, not everything clicks with everyone. I just find like whatever Xbox has in their catalog just seems to be like, ooh, I like that. You know, and I play most of the IPs because they interest me. And somehow Xbox just does what I want. Like, Sega does what Nintendo don't, you know. Xbox does what Sony don't for me. It's very interesting. And I say I'm frustrated because I just want to know. I'd like to see what like 80 million people see who bought PS4 consoles. You know, I would love to understand it. I am jealous for Spider-Man after watching that trailer. That looks phenomenal. And that, I honestly can't remember the name of it, but that samurai game, that looks pretty damn sweet. Like, it looks pretty but it looks cool to play. But none of that's worth buying a whole console for me. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm insulted when a company that I invest a lot of money in can't be bothered to show up. I think that's what it is. They can't be bothered to show up and show me why I'm spending all this money on their services, on their games, on their hardware. You know, that's where I find it's insulting. At least Xbox comes out like swinging. Stage lights, you know, big massive screens, cars on stage, dropping leaves from the sky, you know, and thousands of people in one room, all like hyped, and they've got Xbox Fan Fest before that, you know, all of that stuff going on, you know, and the people that make the games actually come out on stage and talk to you and present. Ooh, I got a bit fuzzy there. Right, this is all live and candid, uncut, so bear with me. And it's just maybe a lot of people probably don't get as frustrated with that side of things as me, as I probably would, but I just find it insulting. You know, it's no different if Apple comes out and no one talks to you and they just show you a trailer for the new phone, you know, and you go home. That's how it is, you know. That's how I see it. It's a business opportunity. It's an opportunity to get in front of the world and the fans and supporters and be like, this is why you support us. You know, and I've just noticed in the last handful of years, Sony's just like, hi, we're Sony, here's some trailers, and the guy walks off and you just watch a bunch of trailers for the whole time in a room that's not even presented well. You know, it's just a theatre. There's no theme put around you. You know, they might have an orchestra down there, but, you know, there's no hype around anything. You know, it's the moment that everybody's watching you as a business, and you should be like, bam, this is us, you know, look at us, this is why we are Sony, you know. Flaunt your power, flaunt your clout, you know. I just think that's what I'm looking for, and I think I would probably praise them a bit more if they actually put the effort in, but they don't. And you might say, oh, but Chunt, it's about the games. At the end of the day, it's all about the games. Like, yeah, it is. But that matters when you get them. I mean, you can easily just hop on YouTube and watch the trailer and not even bother watching the conference. And then you'll just get that direct experience with that trailer showing you what this game is. But that's not the point. The reason why people turn up to these E3 events and it's open to the public and, you know, and the press actually get invited to these things and they all cram in the theatre because, you know, it's not just to watch a bunch of trailers on a screen. They want the whole experience. And they're there as a journalist covering the event and the vibe and, you know, the atmosphere. Oh, I don't know. It's just, maybe I'm just looking too far into it. I don't know. I just know every time I watch a PlayStation conference in the last 4 or 5 years, I end up just going, how? How have they gotten so huge? I don't understand it. You know? And yes, I understand at the end of the day, the conference doesn't matter once it's done. But to me, like, you know, it's the games, yeah. But to me, I want Xbox to be there, present, and like swinging as hard as I can and giving us a proper presentation, a professional, polished, you know, awesome presentation, showing them, be like, fuck yeah, this is why I like Xbox. They're here, you know, presenting proudly, in spite of anything, you know, really. Look, I don't know, I'm kind of going off track now, but I hope I'm not the only one. I've spoken to a few people, only a few people, since I've literally just finished watching it about 10, 15 minutes ago. And I chatted a couple of my friends going, what the fuck? Am I alone in this, basically? Like, that was really shit. I don't understand it, basically outlining what I just said this whole video. And a couple of them that actually responded to me at this time, it's only been like 10 minutes, are like, yeah, they were pretty disappointed by that trailer, that showing E3 conference. Even some main journalists, like from IGN and stuff in GameSpot, are like, what was that? You know, so I know I'm not alone in that. So I don't know. Maybe they're too big for the britches again, like they did with the PS2 era, and they just, you know, and they screwed up with the messaging in PS3 because they thought they were too big. Maybe that's where they are again, where they just don't feel they need to try. And I don't believe you can get so big where you need to stop trying. I don't believe in that. Like, I've heard someone say that, not heard, but I read a comment and someone saying that, well, they've sold X amount of units, they don't need to try. I mean, they're just there showing the games. And that's bullshit. At no point do you have the right as a business and a supplier of games and hardware and whatever. If you're having millions of people around the world giving you their money for your product, you have no right to slack off in regards to presentation. So, I don't know, Sony failed big time, big time. We haven't seen Nintendo yet, but they're just going to be a video. Xbox easily, hands down, wins E3 2018. I don't care what anyone says. I really don't. The PlayStation supporters and apologists, whatever, you can try and convince me all you like, but the company that makes the games that you want don't seem to care to show up for you, and I think that's bad, and I don't think that's right at all. Anyway, I'm gonna go do whatever. As I said, I'm not putting any presentation in this video because Sony don't seem to give a shit, so I think I should put that across in my thoughts as well. Toodaloos.